Excellent. Thank you. There you go. All right. And I'm back to being able to have lovely music. Perfect. Okay. All right. All right. Welcome to our Monday practicing in the presence of ourselves, being present with ourselves. It's a form of deep self care. So, oftentimes when I work with patients, work with clients that I coach for high performance, a big piece is we do things that makes us very uncomfortable. Every day requires courage. Sometimes we have to stretch ourselves. Sometimes we have to endure or push ourselves in ways that are difficult or uncomfortable. And one of the best way to acknowledge and soothe and also just support ourselves is to know that we do have time dedicated to self-care afterwards or before or regularly so that we know we're not just in the go, 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 right? When we're able to see that this is part of life. Life is never going to be without challenges and triggers. But if we're able to create habits and care and intention to love ourselves and support through having these regular moments, it could be taking a bath, it could be going for a walk, it could be being with people that we want to be with, or consciously stop being with people we don't want to be with. Those are all ways to kind of support us to have a deeply self-caring practice to help us rejuvenate. So let's go ahead and maybe use that as one of the focus is to say, well, how do we recover from a hard week? How do we recover from putting ourselves out there in courage, putting ourselves out there in strength or endurance? How do we recover? So that will be our theme today. So if you're sitting, feel free to settle into your chair, feet on the ground, and just toes on the floor. And just find your toes for a moment. And have some nice music in the background. Find your toes on the floor. And just become consciously aware and let that awareness drive you and release all the unnecessary distractions and drive you into the present moment. Your toes. So just find all 10 toes by wiggling them. And rub your thumb and index finger together. And feel and listen to the sound of the rubbing or the sensations of your groove of these prints on your fingertips. And keep breathing. Keep allowing for that rhythm of air entering and exiting your body. And just soften. Give yourself a conscious request to release. And just stop. Your fingers rubbing, hands put them onto your knees. And just gently activate your relax and digest system, the parasympathetic system, by expanding and stretching the diaphragm through breath. For some of you, if you don't find it as easy, just open up your arms and open up your chest, or lift your arms and your chest. And just feel that opening, stretching of the muscles, stretching of the vagus nerve that runs through the neck and the chest and the diaphragm. It can be mechanical. Sometimes we tell ourselves, relax, and it just doesn't work. So this is a gentle permission to say it can be mechanical by inviting breath, inviting arm movement that stretches the diaphragm, the ribs, the conscious listening to the rubbing of the fingers or the moving of the toes. All of those are mechanical ways to activate the brain, the nervous system to calm down. And just take your time, be gentle. There's no hurry. You've already signed up for the next 20 minutes. So whatever we do, you've already signed up for that 20 minutes. You could just smile and have arrived. And take a moment and we'll do the A, B's, and C's. Simple A is just becoming aware of your body, becoming aware of your breath. Listen. Listen to how does body feel right now? Is there vitality level? What's the tension level? What's the temperature level? And take a moment and acknowledge the state of your body and your breath. Maybe as being able to recognize it came from a really hard week or something happened and then you feel it's still being held in your body somewhere. Maybe it's an interaction, a call, maybe some poor sleep. Maybe you've exerted more. So simply take this moment to become aware of the body, listen, and acknowledge. And if it helps, start by the top of your head and just gently scan from the top of your head, your face, your lips, your jaw. Just imagine it like a curtain gently coming down slowly and softly as your awareness curtain comes down. Now draw down to the chest, the shoulders, the arms, the elbows, the wrists, the hands, the fingers. And just scan the joints of your arms and hands and fingers, and the skin and different muscles, cells. Now scan the body part, where's the chest, the heart, the belly. And just as you're breathing, simply become aware of the information, the history, the stories that your body might be carrying right now from the last week. And just simply listen. We don't have to take any actions. We're not going to add more burden to you, but simply invite you to open up and listen and collect information about your body and how it's doing. Now scan your awareness down to your pelvis, your thighs, your knees, your legs, and just become aware. Notice any little details, notice your cells, notice the muscles, notice the joints. Notice the sound of just your breath and your body moving. And bring your awareness down to the bottom of your feet, and your toes again. And in this awareness and acknowledgement of your breath and your body, take a moment and be curious and be caring. Today's theme, it's about how do we recover from a hard day, a hard week? How do we come back into full recovery through a practice of self-care and self-love? And these are the moments you simply listen. You deeply, deeply listen. And let that curiosity and awareness take you through your body. When we want to be effective in the way we live our lives, we want to be showing up and getting things accomplished in the direction that feels aligned to us. We have to take care of our body and our energy. So this is that time to listen and find out where there is that need or that discomfort or misalignment. So listen and breathe, scan through the body. And when you find a place that's calling for that attention, sit with it, breathe into it. And listen with it. And that's it. You don't have to do any special things. You don't have to change anything. Now, in that same attention and awareness you've brought to your body, I want you to bring it to your heart area. And this time, use the awareness towards the way your heart and your chest area rises and falls. And just simply, again, use that awareness and attention to help release any distractions or internal kind of holding on to stories or holding on to discomfort. And give yourself permission to say, here and now, I'm just breathing and feeling the chest rising and falling, something that's done for many, many years and will continue for many, many years as you live. A steady constant. So in the self-care, restore that stability around that chest. Honor how no matter what happens, the heart just keeps beating, the chest keeps rising and falling, and appreciate it. Give time and attention to that maintenance of that work. And now as you feel the heart, I want you to take a moment and scan and become aware of the space in front of your heart, from the space of the heart to the space between the wall in front of you to your heart, that empty space. Take a moment and fill it with awareness and notice sounds or information. Notice what's between you and that space. And just listen. Embrace your own experience. It's all perfect. bring a moment and feel the space behind your back, extending all the way to the wall. Again, feel all the information that's showing up for you between the back all the way to the extent of the end of the room behind you. And soften that focus. Just kind of like imagine you lying down and you close your eyes. Rather than being intent and focusing on something specific, you're just opening up that awareness and allowing for anything that might bubble up in space behind you come up. Is there a little sound? Is there a little movement? Is there a humming? Can you feel the heat? Sometimes I feel the heat. I have a carpet heater on the floor in my office. It's in the front of my room, and sometimes I could almost feel the temperature being different compared to the other areas. So same, just open up. It can be even just imaginary, and that's still part of you. Now take this awareness and extend to both sides of your body. And as if your arms are stretched out right all the way to the edge of the room, feel that space. And now take the awareness above your head, above your crown, all the way extending to the top, to the ceiling, and feel that space too. And now invite yourself to feel the ground beneath your feet. From the bottom of your feet, where you feel the skin and the floor, and if you feel that space extending all the way through the ground as deep as you can, maybe even to the center of the earth. And relax your arm to your side and balance yourself in this. So reviewing, we scan through the body and we feel all of ourselves. And then we are able to find our heart area. We find all that space around us. We find the space extending from the top of our head all the way to the ceiling and above. And we feel that connection driving our space from the bottom of our feet all the way down to the center of the ground. All the while, remember where your heart center feels. And in this place, take a moment and listen. Listen deeply and ask yourself, what kind of care does it need right now? If you were to whisper words of kindness and encouragement and love to yourself at this moment, what would you whisper to yourself to care for you deeply? You don't have to think too hard, just play. Just invite those words. Just play with it. Bouncing ideas. And see how it feels. You have this beautiful awareness turned on right now to receive these communications. And you have this ability to receive feedback from your body through your own amazing awareness. Keep breathing. And be still here now and simply listen and receive the effects of your deep care for yourself. And in the stillness, just breathe and hold still, meaning you just let go of any distractions or discomfort or judgment or whatever comes up right now. You consciously hold still in this state of steadiness and connection through deep, deep listening. You're doing great. Stay steady. And if your mind wanders off, just pull it back. Sometimes we forget that we deserve to have this time fully, fully ours for care and love and kindness from ourselves. We have not been taught to add this time from when we're young. We don't learn this at school. That's okay to schedule an hour to be deeply quiet and listen to our own heart. So take this time, savor it. And now, take a moment and bring hope. Bring a prayer for yourself, an intention, you could call it, or just a belief of a reality you want to create, right? What is the intention you'd like to set for the rest of the day? Find that. Find that intention and imagine it. Feel it in your body. Say that word over and over again. Maybe it's peace, maybe it's joy, maybe it's freedom. But find a simple word that embodies a prayer of a reality you will create. We've known that with studies showing that science, if we have a goal and intention, our body reacts and shifts to make that happen. We don't know how to, we don't have to know how. We don't have to have the steps. We don't have to have it figured out. We don't have to take any actions, but simply set an intention. And now, slowly come back and take these nice deep breaths and raise your arms over your head. Take a nice deep breath
and stretch. Rotate your wrists and stretch and stretch.
You can turn one side to the other. If you want to wake up, because I think this is the first time I use this music from Spotify, and it's really relaxing and it's wonderful. And so, if you got things you need to do and kind of get back, just rub your hands, massage your face, drink some water, go out and look at the beautiful sky, and walk on the, take a few walks, feel your body move, and come back. And check in for the receiving part of the rest of your day after you set an intention. So that's it for today. It is around about how do you restore deeply from a day so that you can have trust that each day you can show up and be all, right? Be your whole person. How can you be brave? How can you be effective, be impactful, be joyful, be all, and not be afraid? That's because when we schedule this time for deep restoration and love, we know that we're catching ourselves. So thank you for showing up today and all the other days. And I look forward to seeing you next Monday. And be well and bless you. And have a wonderful Monday and the rest of the week. Take care.